Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through as I go through a client's credit report to dispute their charge-offs. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to start with the Capital One account. As you can see, this is a credit card that had a credit limit of $300. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to compare between all three credit bureaus. And see what information we can find out. We're looking for inaccuracies and discrepancies, mistakes, of course. So first thing we want to do is we want to compare the account numbers. So the account numbers are the same, so we can't use that as a dispute reason unless you actually have what your account number was in front of you and you can say, hey, this is not what I have. This wasn't my account number. If that's not your account number, then you can definitely 100% use this as a dispute reason. So you'd create your letter to the credit bureau and you say something like, the account number that you are displaying on my credit report is incorrect. It says blah, blah, blah. That is incorrect. Please update this with the correct information or remove this off of my credit report. But don't tell them what the accurate account number is. If you do that, don't tell them. Make them work for it. Okay, so the second thing that I want to go to is account type. The account type here is correct. This is a revolving line of credit because it is a credit card. Okay, so bureau code individual, that is correct. Okay, so here comes the discrepancy, guys. Okay, so this particular client paid off this credit card charge off, okay? As you can see, the account status says paid here, but over here, Experian is saying that this account is derogatory. We don't want that as that account status. It was that account status before the client paid off the actual charge off. So that is a discrepancy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put all the discrepancies in red. In case you need to look back on this, you'll see everything is in red. That is a discrepancy. That's what we're going to use. So yellow is just me pointing things out. Red is a discrepancy, dispute reason. Okay, so with that being said, let's go down to the monthly payment. Monthly payment 0, that is reporting correctly. Date the account opened. As you can see that the date that the account opened, they have 2 different dates. There's no way you open one account on 2 separate dates. One of these is inaccurate. So what I do here is this. So what I'm going to do here, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this as 2 dispute reasons. Okay, I'm going to dispute with Transunion and I'm going to say, you have the date open on this account incorrect. You have 8/8/2016. The other credit bureau has a totally different date. This is not correct. Please remove this off of my credit report or update this information to make it correct. Don't tell them what the actual date is if you do know. And you vice versa, you do the same thing with Experian. In this case, we are not necessarily trying to get this particular charge off removed off the credit report. We're trying to get this charge off to get updated and reported correctly. So that's my goal for this particular charge off. But however, if you were trying to get it removed in its entirety off of your credit report, you would use the same dispute reasons, if that makes sense. But being that I just want to get this updated correctly to show paid for now, I'm going to challenge them in that way. I'm going to challenge Experian to update this credit report as paid, remove the derogatory remark off the credit report because we don't want that on the credit report. Okay, so moving along, account balance. See, Experian has got this all jacked up. So the account balance is now 0 because the client paid it off. But Experian is still reporting that this client has a balance of $423. That is inaccurate and that's incorrect. That's really messing up her credit. If you hear passion in my voice, it's because I'm kind of irritated, about this, because it's like, okay, if I paid this off, then correct this on my credit report, okay? Like, I'm ladies trying to buy a house. So here we go. Next, dispute reason. Number of months term, blah, blah, blah. Skip that. That's always gonna be 0 most of the time. I've never seen it not be 0 on a closed charge off, although if you see that, as a mistake, you can dispute that as well. The high credit balance. Okay, so high credit balance on a credit report, and this is just FYI in case you didn't know. So for instance, if your credit limit is $300 and you go over your credit limit $123 to make it $432, they're going to make sure that they capture the fact that you went over your credit limit and put it on your credit report, the high credit balance, so that when a lender looks into your credit report to see if they want to extend you a line of credit, if you apply for anything, they're going to say, oh yeah, she's gone over her, credit limit. I mean, that looks bad. You don't want that on your credit limit. I mean, on your credit report, you don't want that on there. So, I mean, I dispute that. Because right here, the high balance is 0. So which one's correct? Of course, she probably did go over her credit limit, but I'm not going to lie and say that she did not go over her credit limit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to challenge the discrepancies between the two credit bureaus. Okay, so moving along, credit limit, that is correct. Her credit limit was $300. Past due balance. Okay, so of course she doesn't have a past due balance because she paid the charge off. But however, even before she paid the charge off, she shouldn't have had a past due balance on the credit report, because per Fair Credit Reporting Act laws, you cannot report a past due balance on a closed charge off. Okay, that is against the rules. So if you ever see a past due balance reporting on your closed charge offs, dispute reason, just like right here, dispute reason. So definitely dispute that. You cannot have that balance, should not be on that credit report. And even rightfully so, because she's paid hers. Okay, so moving along. I hate it when under payment status, the creditors or the credit bureaus put collection in charge off. They do that to kind of psych us out, I believe, but that's another video. Okay, so date last reported. Wrong. Let's dispute that. Okay, so the company Capital One is not going to report to Experian one day and then report to Equifax the next day, and then TransUnion 2 months later. That just doesn't happen. They report to whoever they're going to report to all together. So 100% dispute reasons. Okay, so in the comments, like I don't know about you guys, but I'm really big on comments. Even though this was a charge off account and then she went back and paid it, I hate it because I feel like it's overkill. Because if you already have a charge off on your credit report and then in the comments they just have to kind of just put the nail in the coffin or kick you while you're down by putting, that this was this like charge off account, like, don't do that. I hate that. So I always dispute comments. I don't care what comment they put. If it ain't a good comment, I'll dispute the comment. Especially here. Anyway, so next we want to do date last active. So we're going to look at the date last active, which is here. Let's see, 3/2/2019. Okay, so yeah, dispute reason. Dispute that. You can say, hey, Your date, the date that you're reporting that this account was last active is incorrect. You're reporting that it has been just, you're reporting the date of last activity incorrect on my credit report. Please update this information or remove this information off of my credit report at once, please and thank you. Okay. Date of last payment. There's no way that the date of last payment could be 7/26/2017 if the date last active is 3/1/2018. That's just all wrong. Like, it's like everything that Experian is reporting on this account is just all wrong. So here are your dispute reasons, and take those dispute reasons and when you find them, and wage war with them. I recommend that if you find like a bunch of dispute reasons on one account, like I just did on this one, don't use up all your ammo in one punch. Like, save some dispute reasons for later. Like, use like one of your really good ones, and then, you know, a few of your okay ones. Like, don't use all of your reasons for like the first dispute. Like, I never go in guns a-blazing. I always send out a mild dispute first to test the waters to see where we are. A lot of times that mild dispute works. I generally don't go in aggressively unless I'm like mad, and that's usually by the third dispute I'm feeling some kind of way. So definitely, I really hope that this has helped you out in your DIY credit repair journey. If this video has helped you out, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithms. And thank you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I do answer questions.